Hi, my name is Adeline Berry, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer.
Hi, I'm Samantha Cedarstaff. I'm the Chief Executive Officer.
And I'm Micah Glover, the Chief Financial Officer. In this presentation, we will be acting as an advertising agency focused on creating a marketing plan for Three Bears Alaska. We will show you the process by which we did this, the final plan, and an ad for Three Bears to run along with this presentation. Each one of us have personally experienced what Three Bears has to offer. I myself have lived in 3 different locations within Alaska. Everywhere that I have resided, Three Bears has been crucial for maintaining reasonable grocery and hardware prices in my existing community. Just now living in Delta Junction, I only have 2 grocery stores, a minuscule IGA with astronomical prices, and on the contrary, a huge, in comparison, Three Bears that isn't trying to take advantage of the local residents. Indeed, both Adeline and Sam have had similar experiences, Adeline even living in Tok itself, where Three Bears was founded. It's this awareness, the reality of what Three Bears is actively doing in Alaska, that inspired us to choose this company for our ad and presentation. Our project will consist of 5 main categories. In the first category, we will describe the company, particularly its advantages. Second is the mission and goals of Three Bears as a company and our particular agency. Third is a situational analysis where, as the name suggests, we analyze our situation as a company and in turn apply that to our marketing plan. Coming along with this is our fourth category, the competitor analysis, which is self-explanatory. Last is our actual marketing plan, the culmination of all material gone through previously in this presentation. With this out of the way, we will present our ad.
Here in Alaska, we know what it means to be remote. But being remote doesn't mean compromising on quality or price. At Three Bears, we bring you the best prices, no matter how far off the beaten path you live. With locations in some of Alaska's most remote communities, you're never too far from the essentials. We're proud to promote small-town values, community, care, and connection. Three Bears, unbeatable prices, right where you need them.
With our ad now over, we start with the company description. Three Bears Alaska started as a minuscule grocery store located in Tok. Family owned and operated, Three Bears had what other major box stores didn't. It had small town Alaskan values, a genuine relationship with its customers, unbeatable prices in the midst of a hurting economy, and a marketing plan that worked. Unlike other companies, Three Bears' value system didn't change as it expanded. With 16 stores across Alaska from the Nilchik to the North Pole, this company has been providing what other businesses can't through several key ways. First, Three Bears prioritizes building locations in remote Alaska to help residents have access to key food supplies that otherwise wouldn't be available. According to an article written by Katie Pesnecker, a recent example of this is when they built a 37,000 square foot store in a town with less than just 1,000 people, Healy, where citizens would have faced a 2.5 hour drive to Fairbanks just to get something as basic as food. I can personally testify to this as when I lived in Kenai, Three Bears opened a store in Sterling, which is about half hour away. Though it didn't affect me personally to a great degree, all the people I knew who lived in Sterling were greatly appreciative of this resource. But I'm not the only individual that's experienced the benefits of this company planting stores in areas with low population. Residents from Trapper Creek, Ketchikan, Healy, Tok, the Matsu Valley, and more can all testify to what good Three Bears has done. Secondly, this business fosters competition. In remote areas, there is often just one local grocery store that monopolizes on prices and locations. They have the power to make prices whatever they want because residents have to shop there no matter what. Once again, I can testify to this, as in Delta Junction, we only had one IGA store that existed for decades. Because of they knew that they had no competition, and because of that, increased their prices tremendously. With Three Bears now being built, the IGA will have to decrease its prices to compete with the competition. This process can be seen throughout Alaska, where Three Bears has established storefronts. Thirdly, by buying from Three Bears, you are helping our Alaskan economy. If you purchase a product from Walmart or Fred Meyer or any other non-local store, you are giving them money that will rarely make it back to Alaska. On the contrary, Three Bears is owned by a local Alaskan family who will bring that money back into our economy. Fourth, you are supporting small town Alaskan values. From being founded in Tok to prioritizing locations in areas that have low populations, Three Bears isn't just interested in taking your money. They have a personal relationship with their customers and want what's best for them. Large corporations have their leadership in faraway states, so they can't say what's advantageous for our specific region. This is one reason why Three Bears has been able to plant locations in areas where no other large grocery store exists. Local residents, like the owners, are a lot less interested in just making money. Instead, they care about the community and helping it thrive. Fifth, Three Bears includes a large sporting goods area and soon a hardware section within their stores. Even though most large businesses have a small sporting goods area and maybe an aisle of tools, Three Bears goes the extra mile by partnering with Ace Hardware to dedicate an enormous amount of space for this cause. Moreover, Three Bears is a registered FFL dealer, meaning that you can ship your guns to its location. Also, Three Bears has started building stores just dedicated to hardware in locations like Tok, some even including a lumberyard. Lastly, Three Bears boasts unbeatable prices in a time when reasonable costs are crucial. With inflation and a hurting economy driving prices of everything up and drowning individuals in high cost, having fair prices for food is essential. Three Bears can achieve this cost by doing several things I've already outlined within this presentation. First, Three Bears allows competition within rural areas, leading to lower prices. Secondly, a local business within a small town setting doesn't have the same capabilities and resources that such a large corporation such as Three Bears has. If Three Bears plants itself in a place such as Delta Junction, it will be more efficient in general business operations than a singular local store. This efficiency will save money and allow it to keep prices competitive and generally lower than its rivals. At this point, we come to our mission and goals. We were originally going to separate this into two different categories. The first one being Three Bears as a company, their mission and goals, and then secondly, our specific agency's mission and goals. We tried to contact Three Bears 3 separate times to no avail. We don't feel comfortable making a judgment on what their mission and goals is without actually talking to them and getting their opinion on the matter. We also found no information on their store website or any other place. So at this point, we will go through our agency's mission and goals. Our mission is quite simple. That is to outline what Three Bears can do to help further its business, provide an extensive marketing plan, and bring to light what this corporation has to offer. Our goal is to play on Three Bears' strengths extensively, particularly by expanding its locations to small towns across Alaska. Realistically, it can't compete with these large, multi-billion-dollar corporations in large towns. It needs to go where they can't and use their knowledge of Alaska to find the right towns to do this, heavily relying on the positioning strategy and the dominance concept to appeal to a specific demographic and geographic market. At this point, Sam Cedarstaff, our Chief Executive Officer, will take over with the situational and industry analysis. Sam.
So at this point in our presentation, we come to our situational analysis. This entails comparing the market around us. That way we can identify our marketing strategy. By understanding our competitors and customers, we can find out how to customize our business to the situation that we are surrounded by. First is the SWOT analysis. Before we go any further, I'd like to define what a SWOT analysis is. The SWOT analysis is a framework used to evaluate a company's position and develop a strategic plan. It does this by laying out 4 different categories of a business: the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We will start with the strengths. Three Bears has a very strong set of strengths, as outlined in the company description. For the sake of time, I will merely mention them and not go into further detail, as this has already been stated in the company description. Three Bears' strengths include the following: the ability and knowledge to plant locations in small towns where there is little competition. Being local and family run gives them something that large corporations don't have, and a variety in their products, such as hardware and sporting goods, gives them an edge against competitors. Secondly, we come to the weaknesses. The major weaknesses of Three Bears is how small it is. It simply doesn't have the capacity to compete with its large competitors in certain fields, mostly in large cities across Alaska. Three Bears can't afford the perfect real estate or the low prices that larger businesses bring to the table. They must be very intentional about the areas that they locate into. This lack of funding can also manifest itself within the advertising and marketing realm. Three Bears can't afford to pay top marketers and advertisers to help promote their business. Moreover, because Three Bears is primarily located in Alaska, with the exception being one location in Butte, Montana, any centralized economic instability has the potential to highly affect their business, for better or worse. The competitors, on the other hand, have locations all over the country and world. This means that an issue within one state or province can't wreak that much instability to their corporation. The next one is opportunity. Three Bears has a lot of potential if they stick to what they're good at. This is locating in rural areas where bigger places can't or won't go. This could be in Alaska or across country. I believe that they should stick to Alaska for now, as that is where they are locally from and know. Once they outgrow this, expanding across rural areas in our country would be next. Next, we come to our threats. There are two major threats that Three Bears will have to encounter. First, because their company is primarily tied to small towns, if these areas start to decrease in population, their customer base will disappear. Especially in extremely small towns, the population can be more volatile. Secondly, would be if other major businesses start doing what Three Bears is doing, which is locating in small towns. These corporations have the capability to make bigger and more efficient stores than what Three Bears can. Next, we come to the industry analysis. What is industry analysis? According to wallstreetmojo.com, industry analysis refers to the analysis of the industry's environment that guides the industry to grow and survive in a competitive environment and gain a competitive edge in the industry, as it predicts the future and changes in the market and analyzes threats and opportunities in the way ahead and making decisions and plans accordingly. At its current state, the food industry is hurting. Prices are skyrocketing due to global and economic factors across the world. Customers demand lower cost, and the government continually considers price leveling. Amid this, businesses strive to get an edge in the market. With this hectic industry and increased competition, Three Bears needs to separate itself from the situation. By locating in rural areas, they won't have to worry about as much competition or astronomical prices, concluding that Three Bears can avoid most of the economic drama simply by avoiding its competitors. Next, we come to the competitor analysis. In this section of our situational analysis is the competitor analysis. Coercive summarizes the definition in this quote. A competitor analysis, also called competitive analysis and competition analysis, is a process of examining similar brands in your industry to gain insight into their offerings, branding, sales, and marketing approaches. Knowing your competitors and business analysis is important if you're a business owner, marketer, startup founder, or product developer. We want to compare and contrast Three Bears' marketing strategy to IGA and Walmart's marketing strategy. The IGA is just like Three Bears in that it prioritizes locations in rural areas. The IGA store locator says it only has 5 locations in Alaska. Walmart store directory is purely the opposite, with 9 locations, all primarily in major cities. We will start with the IGA and follow that analysis with Walmart's. In my opinion, the IGA is Three Bears' biggest competitor. Scrap Hero says that IGA has only 717 locations compared to Walmart's 10,500. This means that it is forced to do what Three Bears has done, locate in rural areas. Obviously, this causes a great deal of competition with Three Bears. Even though the IGA is a small company globally, compared to Three Bears, it's massive. Once again, Three Bears has only 17 total storefronts. Although, because Three Bears is a local company and IGA isn't, Three Bears should be able to locate in better areas than what IGA can, simply because IGA doesn't know about them. The next store that we're looking at is Walmart. According to Walmart's directory, it has over 10,500 locations and 2.1 million associates worldwide. It is also the biggest retail store globally. With these credentials, should Three Bears be concerned about this giant competitor? What is its strategy, and can we use that for our business? Three Bears should generally not be concerned about Walmart and many other behemoth companies, and has been stated through this article. Three Bears prioritizes locating in rural areas, so it shouldn't have to worry about it very much competition, especially from these companies. If you look at Walmart's directory, it is always located in massive cities, filled with tens of thousands of customers. This isn't the target market that Three Bears is interested in, meaning that it will be separated from Walmart. Now, this isn't to say that Walmart will never plant itself into these small towns. Certain regions may grow in population, attracting the attention of these businesses. These companies would most likely drive Three Bears out. This is due to the capability of making bigger, more convenient stores than what Three Bears can. Thankfully, most towns don't grow at tremendous rates, meaning that this issue would most likely become apparent decades and decades in the future. By then, Three Bears will have occupied the area for such a long period of time that they can move locations without a loss. Now I will pass it over to Adeline, the Chief Marketing Officer.
Thank you, Sam. So our last section of the situational analysis is a customer analysis. For this, we'll examine our customer base and how it differs from our competitors. As touched on previously, one major advantage that Three Bears has is an extensive hardware and sporting goods section. This gives it security in case one of these areas is not profiting well. It also gives a larger customer base, reaching multiple demographics. An example of this is in the following quote written by the Alaska Business Magazine. At the time, Wise, the owner, notes that some 75 to 85% of Three Bears customers were women. Three Bears was missing out on a huge demographic there, and Wise wanted to attract more male shoppers. Some of our locations had stuff for the home office and a pretty large assortment of new appliances, he said. We didn't really sell a lot of that product, but it ate a lot of sales floor space. I reviewed what we had in sales in some of our stores, and based on sales per square foot, this stuff wasn't carrying it. So we said that we're going to get this out and get into hunting, fishing, camping, and reloading. With sporting goods in place, sales soared, and quickly. Shopper demographics rapidly leveled out, with men now making up half the customer base. By 2004, Kenite Three Bears grew to 48,000 square feet to include a mix of bulk warehouse products and conventional grocery products. This is a major advantage that Three Bears has over its competitors. Having a large selection of products and an even wider range of customers gives it an edge over its competition. Most of Three Bears' customers are from small towns, where often these small towns' only grocery store is Three Bears. This means that Three Bears is not fighting over other stores' customers. This is a major advantage that most other major businesses do not have. Then lastly, the Three Bear appeals to small town individuals who especially care about supporting local businesses and the Alaska economy as a whole. Three Bears was founded in Tok, Alaska, a very small interior town, and customers know this and want to support these values. Knowing this will be very critical later on when we develop our marketing strategies. In the situational analysis, we first provide a SWOT analysis, outlining and contrasting our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to the situation around us. Secondly, we looked at the industry that Three Bears participates in and how that should affect its marketing strategy and general situation. Third was a competitor analysis. In this section, the IGA and Walmart were used as examples of competition, and each one's marketing tactics were examined and compared to Three Bears. Last was our customer analysis. By analyzing our customer base and how that differs from competition, we were able to learn how to market our business to such demographics. Overall, the situational analysis is a key step to ultimately making a marketing plan. So the next step in our process will include outlining our marketing objectives through the ad played at the beginning of this presentation. This section will be divided into 3 steps. The first being our market and product objectives. Secondly, we'll identify our target markets and how we utilize this information while making the ad. And then lastly, the positioning strategy, where we learn how to separate our brand from the competition around us. Our marketing objective was quite simple while creating the ad. Our goal being to help shed light on what Three Bears has to offer and how that differs from other large businesses. Ultimately, this information should increase customer awareness and revenue for Three Bears overall. In this section, we'll identify our target markets. Our book outlines a target market as the following: the market segment or group within the market segment towards which all marketing activities will be directed. In our case, the marketing activities will be of the ad presented. Now, what is our target market? First, we have to identify our customers. We've already done this in our situational analysis, so identifying them won't be necessary. In short, we have small town individuals who care about helping Alaska's economy and the general well-being of our market. In order to appeal to this, though, we showed activities that are common amongst small town individuals. Not only this, but we briefly outlined how Three Bears can help this demographic and why it cares for its customers. This should help customers relate to the business and position it differently than competition. This brings us to our next section. The goal of the positioning strategy is quite simple: to separate ourselves differently than the competition. This gives customers a reason to prefer our company and in turn shop there instead. On page 47 of our textbook, it states the following: an effective way to separate a particular brand from its competitors is by associating that brand with a particular set of customer needs. Three Bears' main goal should be to position itself as the good company who cares about Alaska and the economy, with the bad companies being major foreign corporations who are only interested in making money. Now, we can do this because Three Bears is a local company founded in small town Tok, competing with huge foreign businesses. Now, I believe that this is the most effective way that Three Bears should position themselves. With our marketing objectives outlined, along with the target market identified and positioning strategy in place, we can now move into the actual marketing plan. So in this final section of our presentation, we come to this marketing strategy that Three Bears will now use and the information that's relevant to make this plan. In our first category, we'll briefly review our product line and specifically our unique product quality within that. Following, we will look at our price strategy, distribution strategy, and last, the general marketing strategy. Now, Three Bears' product line is extremely vast in comparison to its competitors, with huge stores boasting extensive sporting goods and hardware sections, now also paired with grocery items that are often inaccessible to customers, which rivals have a hard time contending with the Three Bears' diversity. Not only this, but because of Three Bears' small town audience, the store can produce far higher quality products and service compared to the competitors that simply don't have the capacity to match this. With this information in mind, we can market our product starting with the price. Because of Three Bears market, competition is low, meaning that prices can be quite high, and generally don't have to be regulated that tightly. Although, if this company inflates prices astronomically, the brand image will get hurt, and customers will feel quite exploited. Now, and start avoiding purchasing products at Three Bears when possible. I believe the balance should be slightly higher than average prices, factoring in the extra costs to ship products to rural areas, but not extremely high, to the point where customers don't want to shop at your store. In areas where significant competition is present, Three Bears will be forced to lower costs to match theirs. And thankfully, the key to our marketing strategy is to avoid these areas and competition in general by locating in the rural areas. Now, the marketing strategy is a culmination of all that we've overviewed in this presentation. After extensively surveying our situation, our competition, and market that we exist in, we could finally say how to move forward in the future. In reality, our market strategy is extremely simple and has been repeated numerous times through our presentation. The principle being, don't try to outperform your major competitors. Instead, use your strengths and go where they can't. Locate in small communities and stay there until the company is big enough to enter the next level industry. If Three Bears can follow this principle, we believe that they will prosper as a business and give thousands of Alaskans a unique source for a wide variety of goods. Now back to you, Micah, for the ending part.
Thank you, Adeline. In conclusion, the marketing plan we've outlined for Three Bears Alaska focuses on harnessing the company's unique strengths and leveraging its local, family-owned appeal to dominate small-town markets across Alaska. By positioning itself as a business that understands and supports rural communities, Three Bears can effectively differentiate itself from larger national competitors like Walmart and IGA. Our strategy emphasizes expanding into undeserved areas, maintaining competitive pricing, and offering a diverse range of products that cater to the needs of Alaskans. Everything from grocery stores, everything from groceries to sporting goods and hardware. Through our situational and competitor analysis, we've identified clear opportunities for growth, especially in rural areas where competition is limited. Three Bears can excel by avoiding direct competition with larger corporations in urban centers. and instead focus on offering lower prices and better service in communities that need it most. With a targeted marketing approach that highlights the company's commitment to Alaskan values and economy, Three Bears will continue to foster loyalty among its customer base. Ultimately, Three Bears' success lies in staying true to its mission and values. If the company stays focused on its core strengths, it will not only thrive in the current market, but set a strong foundation for future growth across the state. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing Three Bears continue to flourish as a cornerstone in Alaska's retail landscape.